What's going on there, peoples? Hold on there. Live chat. All right, hit all my buttons. All right, we're ready to go. I'm late to the party. It's 7:02. 2 minutes late. Didn't get to finish my dinner because I am so late. So let's have a good time tonight, eh? Let's see who's around. I should have shaved, maybe. I don't know. Is what it is. But anyway, like I said, 7:02 Eastern Time. There we go. Julio, what's going on, buddy? Hello, people signing on. Welcome aboard. Good to see there's some people in the house. Thank you, first person who hit the thumbs up. Appreciate you. How's everybody doing tonight? How was your weekend? How was your Super Bowl? We'll talk all about it, man. You know? John, what's going on, dude? Scott, how are you, pal? Good to see you. RAF, Royal Air Force, what's going on, bud? You just got done playing golf. Cole, what did you shoot? Sean, hello. Good to see everyone. Good to see there's folks around on a Monday night. So Monday night seems to be the night that I do these things all the time, and usually seems to be 7 p.m. So that's not a guarantee, but I would make sure your notification bells hit. Johnny Five, how you doing, buddy? You're welcome, bud. You are welcome forever. Jim, hi. Hi, Jim. How are you? Oh, excuse me. So I ordered Chinese food, and it's here. Didn't get to eat it yet, but right after this live stream, I will. Mark, what's going on? You're in the house. It's a good thing. It was an off day, only one under. I'll pour you, bud. Pour you. So, you know, you got to work on your game, Cole. All right, you got to work on it. One under is amazing, dude. You should be proud of yourself. I got my tanker endorsement last Friday. There you go, man. Moving on up the ranks. CDL action going on, which is pretty cool. Yes, sir. Next will be Hazmat. You're going all out, huh? Good for you. That's one of the things people always ask me, like, what I watch on YouTube. Two weird things that I watch on YouTube. Anything to do with aviation. So, like, I watch a lot of the air traffic control. They basically put up the communications between the planes trying to land and take off, and, you know, the centers that get the planes out to where they're going and during their flight and stuff like that. I love those. And I love, like, over-the-road vlogging from the drivers, from the 18-wheeler drivers. I don't know why. I'm into all that. Cod, what's going on, buddy? Good to see you. Mark says, tell us good news. What do you want to know, bud? I don't really have much news tonight. Then double and triples. Well, you're really going all the way out. And one under is acceptable, but I left a lot out there today. Okay. Well, there's always tomorrow, right? That's the way you got to think of it. You and Automotive do the live feed at the same time. You're splitting up your viewership. Listen, dude, I'll be completely honest with you. I do mine when I do mine. I don't really look at what else anybody else is doing. I got enough on my plate right now to worry about what other people are doing, so I'm not worried about it. It is what it is. Should have been 9 under. One day. Vlogs, what's going on? Igis? Is that how you say it? Probably going to mess that up, and I apologize. It's all for the money, my friend. There you go. How to get a good deal supercharger kit for Tundra. I mean, you could, oh, there you go. Setting me up for my plug. You go to sparksparts.com, TundraDude34 promo code. Saves you 5%, which will save you a few $100. It's not a terrible price over there. Go check it out. When you go to sparksparts.com, popular Tundra upgrades will come up. So hit that first, and that will take you where you want to go. Fox John says, happily watch TD over the other guy. It's America. You can choose whatever you want. Iggy. Is Iggy right? Because you're about to just be called Vlogs. My bad. The best way, Sparks Parts with a 5%. It's 6,500. There you go. Time for food, though. I'm getting off here. Have a good night. Cole, be good. Be safe. Nice game today, bud. Nice game today. Thanks. No problem. Plus shipping. Yep. Okay. Iggy. I can remember this. Oh, man. Yeah, I love these. I like to call them shotgun starts. And that's kind of what I do, where I don't prepare for the live stream. I'm just way behind, so I fly down into the basement and we get started. That's kind of what's going on here. Antonio, what's going on? How was your skiing trip? Had to cancel it, bro. Had to cancel it. Got a couple health issues going on in the fam right now. And one kind of sparked up on Friday, so didn't get to go skiing. But the place we were going to go skiing anyway, the mountain is closed because they don't have enough snow. And they don't even have enough of the fake powder because it's been unseasonably warm there. So it is what it is. Ryan, what's going on? Oh, man, I've missed these for a while now. Well, welcome back, pal. Good to see you. Good to have you. Trinity, what's up? I got my Magnuson installed last week. You were right. Worth every penny. See? I don't just say this. I have no affiliation with Magnuson. I'm just telling you how I feel, you know? Oh, snap. Hope everyone's all right. All is well. Keep the prayers, absolutely. High Voltage said, I installed my driver's side grab handle today. Thanks to your promo code, I saved a few bucks. Rock and roll. Don't get me wrong, 5%. It's not the greatest thing in the world, but it's better than 0%, right? You know? It's there to help you guys out, just to help you save a couple coins here and there. The more money you spend, obviously that 5% becomes awesome. Kind of like the supercharger. You know, you're going to spend that kind of money, you're going to save like $400 or $500, you know? Ryan says, thank you, I love these. Hey, I love these too. No problem. You must have planned to go skiing by me. It was 55 today. Yeah, John, we were going to go to, they have that small little hill in the hideout, but it's closed. There's just no action. Nothing going on, but, you know, I'll get up there one of these years. I have had, it has been, and I'm not one of those people that, I know how to compartmentalize my life, you know what I mean? So, like, when I go to work in the morning, I don't bring my, if I'm in a bad mood from something else, I don't bring it to work. I can compartmentalize myself, okay? So when it comes to YouTube, it's truck time. It's time to talk to you guys about whatever you guys want to talk about. So I don't carry baggage publicly, if you know what I mean, but yes. So there you have it. I know how to do it. I think so. But yeah. Super Bowl. Let's talk Super Bowl. Thoughts? I thought the halftime show is a half hour I'll never get back. If it was 2001, it would have been a lot more relevant to me. The problem is a lot of these Pepsi halftime shows make no sense. I don't know. Keenan, what's up? Got my first ever credit card in the mail today. Keenan, let me just teach you something real quick about credit cards. Don't use them. Throw it out. Throw the credit card away, dude. You don't need one. What are you, 18? 17? Whatever you are? You don't need a credit card. You don't want to get into debt early, bud. Trust me. Down south, we call it airing your dirty laundry. Okay, yes. Well, it's not even a matter of not wanting to say. It's just a matter of I just know how to shut stuff off for other things. You know, there's some people who can't do that, and that's not a diss. There's just some people who, when they're angry about something, it's with them at all times, or you know, that kind of thing. My dad won $3K on a Pro Line ticket on the Super Bowl. Good for him. Ryan said, Chiefs deserve it. I'm a Niners fan, but good for Andy Reid and the whole Chiefs fan. I was hoping Andy Reid would finally get one. The halftime show gave a lot of teenage boys wicked frustration. Mark said, ask Dave Ramsey. Oh, Dave Ramsey will beat you up mentally for those credit cards. Keenan says, I watch Dave Ramsey. Well, learn from Dave Ramsey and don't get a credit card. You're too young. I'm telling you. Dude, when you're a kid, when you're your age, you look at a credit card and you're like, yes, I could buy whatever I want. But you got to be careful with those things, bro, because they follow you forever if you don't take care of them. James says, I'm glad the Chiefs won. The Niner fans would have been insufferable. I'm a Seahawks fan. Yeah, you would have had to deal with that. They're pretty quiet today, huh? Sam says the halftime show reminded me of those fellas in Patagonia in the 18th century getting ready to go headhunting. It was so weird. Doug, what's going on, buddy? Go Chiefs, he says. Yeah, I was pretty happy the Chiefs won. Well, at 18, my credit limit is $3,000. Okay, that $3,000 can balloon into a massive amount of money. Okay? So, just careful, dude. Interest rates, just try not to. And I make very good money at work. I don't plan on using it for a long time. If you make good money at work, use the money to buy the stuff you need. Don't use the credit card. And I know I'm preaching to you, bro. I'm just trying to help you. Trust me. 6-7, what's going on, man? How you been? How you been, buddy? Haven't seen you in a while. My Toyota dealer said there is no factory remote start available for my 19 Tundra. True or false? False. That's false. Some of the 19 Tundras have the factory remote start. SparksParts.com, my friend. Email them, sales@SparksParts.com, and ask about the price on the factory remote start for your 2019. I don't know why this happens, but some of these dealers are just so off when it comes to certain things. It's like they all need to get together and they all need to be like, hey, let's bring the same statement to the public, you know? Hey, Timmy, what's going on, bud? So, Tim, I rushed and didn't get to eat my dinner so I could do this 7 p.m. live stream and not mess with your 8 p.m. live stream, buddy, okay? You're the one YouTuber I make sure I don't step on, so remember me when it comes time to the Christmas cards, my friend. Hi, by the way. Sean, what's up? Where can I get a supercharger kit in Canada? You could buy it in America and have it shipped to Canada. I don't know what's available up there. You could also go to magnusonsuperchargers.com and put in the dealers they have and stuff, and they'll tell you some places in Canada for show. That's probably your best bet, magnusonsuperchargers.com. If you don't see anything, email them. Dan, what's going on, bud? How you doing? My dad said credit cards are for emergencies, and still, again, that still isn't a good excuse to use it. Well, emergencies, like for me. Okay, look, I'm a homeowner, okay? I obviously have a credit card. I use it in case of emergency, but you're a kid, and you don't need to be getting into crazy debt. Just make sure you save your money, build a nice 401k. I know that sounds crazy at your young age, so you have a lot of money when you retire, but always save a little money in your savings account for if something goes wrong, so you don't have to throw yourself into crazy debt. Johnny says, good evening, Tim. Remote start is the bee's knees, says Ryan. I've never been a big fan of Toyota. That was terrible. I've never been a big fan of Toyota's remote start for the Tundra, the way you have to shut it off to get in and then start the truck up again. Not a fan of that, but hopefully they'll fix that one day. There's a lot of good aftermarket ones out there. Viper, everyone always talks about, that's one of them. 6-7 says, thanks. All about Keenan says, Timmy boy, how's your wall holding up? Yeah, he's got the new wall he's going to show you tonight, his new backdrop. Heck yeah, cold dinner for you. No big deal, bro. But that's how much I love you. Don't ever think I don't. Tim, I got my tanker endorsement last Friday. Rock and roll on that. Tanker, he's going to be an 18-wheeler, dog. All right, buddy, I'm out. I have a batch of beef jerky to pull off the smoker. Dude, send me some now. Next is Hazmat, the doubles and the triples for my CDL. Rock and roll. If you aftermarket buy a start, I think you're trying to say if you buy an aftermarket starter, buy one made by Direct Electronics. They make AstroStart, Viper, and others. Good company. Okay, I got you, Jim. I got you saved up, buddy. Bees, what's going on, Doc? What's up? Just got a 2020 RAV4. It's amazing. Oh, you still got the Tundra, though? Or did you trade her out? Well, I'm holding up well. Tonight is going to be crazy good. I'm lit up in here like a Christmas tree. Can't wait to see it. Mark says, want to trade in my F-150 for a Tundra. Should I wait for the new gen? Not necessarily. If the current generation Tundra, made a video on this the other day too about how everyone's freaking out they want the next gen like today, but the current model out there still offers a lot. Mark, I suggest you go test drive the current ones out there and test drive a few different trims and see if it fits your needs. If it fits your needs now, go for it. If you want to wait for the next gen, wait for the next gen, but definitely go test drive it. Never been invited to Tim's live stream, says Dan. Come on over, Dan, says Tim. Use the credit card for small purchases, pay off every month, watch credit score rise quickly, never get a card with an annual fee. Mike's Tundra, baby. That's how he does it. Well, 401k here is CPP, so I already have like 4K in there for the years I've been working. That's pretty good for your young age. Yes, still have my baby, says the knees. Good stuff. Bee's knees, bro. By the way, where's everybody coming from tonight? Where are you in the world to go? Picture this guy rolling down the highway hauling 80,000 pounds. Oh, we can't wait for that story. You want to hear, before I go any further, you want to hear something really crazy? I've been getting text messages all day and Facebook messages all day because a person with the same name as me, minus one letter in our last name, his name is Mark. I am Farrell, he is Ferrell. One letter off in our last name. My age from my town got in a really bad car accident. I guess it was yesterday. And everyone's hitting me up like, oh, dude, I heard about your car accident. I'm like, I don't drive an Audi. It's been a very weird day with that. That close. It's crazy how our names are that close from the same town at the same age. That's pretty nuts. So I'm going to be dealing with that for a little while, I guess. One letter off, people still think it's me. I don't know. Guys, you know I'm a Toyota guy. All the people who know me personally know I do this Toyota thing. I have a Tundra. I don't have an Audi. Never had an Audi. Never want an Audi. Okay, moving on. Mike, my grandmother uses her credit card and pays it off every month. True, but doesn't affect warranty on the Toyota remote starter. I'm like in the long distance starter. Rock and roll. Jim says my dealer is offering 15% off service parts and labor discount. If you're a Costco member, does not apply to accessories. Dude, Costco's the way to go, bro. Mark says, okay, great. She has never paid any interest. I like it. Alva's in Connecticut. Cool. Tim's in Nebraska. Ryan in Houston. Toronto, Canada. Blame Canada. For Keensburg. Jackson, New Jersey. Jeff is right down the street. Six Flags fan right there. Hi, Jeff. How you doing? Anchorage, Alaska. Toronto for Mark. Doug is Anchorage, sorry. Mark's in Toronto. Central Mississippi for Johnny 5. Cliff, how you been, buddy? How about those Islanders? Well, not lately, but how about those Islanders all season? Mark is in. Oh, he says go Leafs. He's in Toronto and he says go Leafs. It's just terrible. It's just terrible. The Leafs, I want them to win so bad, but they just don't make the right decisions. I don't know. Jim says Minnesota. That's why I know about auto starts for sure. Tucson, 70 degrees and sunny. Actually, it was 60 degrees here today. Not too jealous today. I saw that. I saw the news article. A secured credit card is a good option as a start, says Mark. Audi Dude 34 will never happen. Doppelganger, I have no idea. Minnesota for COD. All right, cool. Couple Minnesotas here tonight. All right. You guys miss, I can't talk. Do you guys miss the North Stars? Are you happy with the Wild? Mark H, we're in Toronto, bud. I'm in Scarberia. Nice name. James in Watkins Glen, one of my favorite racetracks I've ever gone to. I like that place. Michael says, greetings from Cedar Rapids, Ohio. I almost said Ohio. Iowa. Yes, how you doing, pal? Good to see you again, of course. Cliff said, what's up, TDE? Is the next generation Tundra going to be flying vehicle we've all been waiting for? You know it. Jetson edition, baby. AMAC, what's going on? Phoenix, Arizona in the house. We got a lot of Arizona, a lot of Canada, like always. You gotta tell the Americans to get going here, dude. I know. Leafs no cup since 1967. You should have had it in, I believe it was 93 or 94. Felix Potvin was in his prime then. Doug Gilmore. Ooh, good times back in that day. The Lightning will be in the game. Offs. Oh, retracted. He said it wrong. Good retraction, bro. Arkansas for Mark. All right, cool. Pickup Truck Plus is a fast-talking fella. Reminds me of Bugs Bunny, says Sam. What the hell? Sam always got something fun to say. Tim just knows what he wants to say, man. That's the good stuff. West Side is in Pomona, California. West Side, there you go. Yes, sir. All right, we got people here from all over the place. A lot of West Coast, Canada. We're all over the joint. Well, I want to buy a new Tundra since I have a credit line. Oh, man. Oh, man. I could just see the credit doctors waiting for you. LOL, learn to listen faster. That's the way you do it. Robbie, what's going on? Benson, North Carolina. Love it. Love me some North Carolina. I'd love to move there one day for sure. Mark says, peace out. Have a good one, bud. Thanks for stopping in. That's what I'm stuck on. All right. I'm going to annoy you, Keenan, eventually. I'm just going to keep annoying you until you don't ever use that credit card ever. The Lightning will be in the playoffs. They are always excited. Let's see. We'll see what the Lightning got. I'd like to see Toronto actually do something. They got to make Tavares, okay? Everyone on the Islanders was upset that Tavares went away, except me. I like Tavares and all that. But as soon as Tavares went away, we started to see the Islanders come alive as a team and not just a person. So, enjoy there, Toronto. Yep, says pickup, says Tim. 6'7", Indianapolis, Indiana. Gotta love it. I walked around a Toyota a lot with that green TRD Pro Sequoia. My secret love affair is the TRD Pro Sequoia. Make sure to give you a thumbs up, buddy. But only 13 thumbs up so far. Yeah, what's up with that, dude? 34 people and 13 thumbs up. I'm hurt. I'm so hurt. 15. Okay, there we go. 15 thumbs up. If I get to 20, I'd be pretty happy, you know? But yeah, man. 14. There we go. 17 now I got on mine. Good job, guys. Being you like aircraft, have you ever heard of the SR-71 speed check story? No, but I'm going to Google that as soon as I'm off this. Love the SR-71. I actually sat in an SR-71 on the Intrepid in New York City years ago. 19 now. Mine says 2, LOL. Yeah, everyone always says different. Mine says 33 watching, 19 likes. That's what it says. 20 likes. Thank you, people. Any advice on experience with Taco Tunes? I've never used Taco Tunes, Robbie, but I've never heard a bad thing about Taco Tunes either. Everyone really seems to like them and their product, so not a bad way to start. Yep. So if anyone has anything good or negative to say about Taco Tunes, let's help Robbie out. Why not? So I was saying this a couple times ago. We were talking about the JBL sound system in the the Platinum and some of the Limiteds and all that. Is just okay. The system is just okay. But then I got into and Tim could probably back me up on this. The Land Cruiser has a thing called JBL Synthesis, which is an even better JBL system. That one they should have in the Platinums and the 1794 Tundras. That is an amazing system. Excuse me. Robbie, I heard they're good but pricey. Rock and roll. Jim says, I'll email it to you. Others, it's on your or YouTube, short and funny. Tim's here, Sam. There you go. I just purchased a pedal commander. There we go. So far, so good. All it does is make the pedal response quicker, but I like it. Yeah. I mean, they're not magic makers. It'll give you, like you just said, a little more response, in turn making it feel quite fast. So, yeah. But a lot of people love the pedal commander. A lot of people are hot and cold with the bully dog. DAP tune is a big one. That's an actual guy doing tuning on a Tundra. Now everyone talks about the orange virus tune. That seems to be the next big thing. So, I don't know. There's always a different tune out there every other day. Johnny5 says, I enjoy my JBL, but I have some pretty sweet upgrades. Of course you do. Cameron, what's up? Better late than ever. Dude, you're here, and that's all that matters. Was anyone else expecting a 4th-gen Tundra commercial during the Super Bowl? Not me. Not me at all. I could only wish, though. They need the Mark Stevenson system from the Lexus vehicles. Have you tried that system out? I have not, but I'm in. It's just missing a little bit. When my windows are up, the system's fine. The minute I put the windows down, no matter what I do, it's just not good. Doug says, I have the JBL synthesis system in an 04 Sienna van. It was great. There you go. That's what I'm saying, man. It was a great system in that Land Cruiser, which I would love to own a Land Cruiser, but there's things about the Land Cruiser's look. I like the older Land Cruisers. The ones today, I don't know. Not a big fan of the chrome they have on the front. It's very loud, but I understand. It just seems like people that are going to spend that kind of money want chrome. Not I. Body color me everything, dude. I don't want any chrome. Antonio says, or you could just use the tow haul mode to take off quicker from a complete stop. That's the poor man's pedal commander. This is true. This is very true. Land Cruiser Dude 34. You don't have the same ring. No. Nope. I'll be stuck in the Tundra, my friends. Happily. Cliff, they are nice. I run City 3 and can't complain. What about you? So there's options. City 3 is one of the options if anybody doesn't know that on the pedal commander. Matthew, what's going on? JL Audio makes a sweet subwoofer box. All right, rock and roll. If anyone's looking for a subwoofer box, there you go. JL Audio. Yeah. And what's the other? So the Tundras that don't have the JBL, that system needs a little touch up. Like at least the JBL gives you some kind of bump, but that system that isn't JBL leaves a little bit to be desired, at least in my opinion. But I know Johnny5 is a big system guy in his truck. He's done quite a bit to his. Here's Jeff. I recently replaced factory head unit with Kenwood DMX 906 is. 906s. Better sound and adds CarPlay. Love it. Like I said, when my windows are up, everything's fine. The minute the windows go down and there's a little turbulent air and sound in the truck, it's just unreal. Eric says, Mark, would you like to see a desert air intake as an option on the next-gen Tundra TRD Pro? Nope. Not at all. Not at all. My feelings on the desert air intake, and it blows my mind, and I'm going to have to go into this whole little rant with you. So you got to cut into the truck to put it on, right? They have to cut into the fender and install it. The way it should come to these dealerships is in a bag, not on the truck yet, okay? This is how you could sell more TRD Pro Tacomas. They have these ones sitting on the lot up here. I'm in New Jersey. I'm like 35, 40 minutes away from Lower Manhattan. World Trade Center, Lower Manhattan, okay? New York, the epicenter of the world. It is crowded around me. There's nothing but city roads. Off-roading is illegal in New Jersey. Off-roading is illegal in most of New York down by the city. Pennsylvania, it's more legal, but let's focus on New Jersey, New York, Connecticut, the tri-state area. So the desert air intake serves zero purpose around here. Now, if you live out in Arizona, if you live somewhere where you're going to take the truck, mind you, it's not a snorkel. I always have to tell people that. It is a desert air intake meant to get clean air when you're in sandy, when you're doing your desert running through, dusty, sandy conditions. Here, they have those trucks on the lot all over the place with the desert air intake, and they don't move for a very long time. They just sit there. But the ones that don't have it sell quicker. So what they need to do is ship the ship the Tacomas up to these dealerships, especially up here. Leave the desert air intake in the bag. Put it in the truck. Say to the person, Would you like the desert air intake or no? And then the person could be like, no, I'm okay, and knock off $800-900 off the price, and they don't get it. And you keep the desert air intake in the dealership, or just give it to them if they ever change their mind. But don't already install it, because people are walking away from them when they have that desert air intake. So Eric, for you, my friend, if they do it, some people love it. Some people love the desert air intake. Me personally, not a fan. Just make it an option. Don't put them on the truck without the customer saying, yes, I want that. Please, while I'm in here filling out the rest of my paperwork, go install it. That's the way I feel. Mark, speculate. What's the next gen Tundra going to look like? I would think it would be slightly smaller. Not futuristic looking. I see a lot more rolled lines instead of the edged lines that you see today. This is total guess. A sleeker look, if you will. And when I say smaller, I don't mean like noticeably smaller. I just think fairly smaller in the overall, like when you're staring at the truck from the front. I think the image of it will be a little bit smaller, just a tad, a few inches off here and there, and more, like I said, rolled fenders as far as the body look. I don't think it'll look like a giant Tacoma, which is what everyone thinks it will. I think it'll have its own look, but it'll stay with where you see a lot of these Toyota front ends look. They all kind of look not the same, but they're in the same vibe nowadays. The Tacoma, the RAV, and all that kind of have that same nose. I think you will see a breed of that, just a little bit more fine-tuned and futuristic looking. I don't think it'll be like a, an Elon Musk truck, but I think it will have a little bit more of a sleeker look. Let me know what you guys think about that one. What do you think the next Tundra will look like? Johnny5 says, Matt, I went with 4 digital design audio 10S 3000 watt, 1 OHM amp, and 4 6x9s with 400 watt. Rock and roll. I still have not settled on a settings, but Sport Pro 4 has my attention, says Cliff. I like it. Mark, you still thinking your exhaust? Are you still liking your exhaust now that it's broken in? I'm going to tell you the one con I have about my exhaust, and I'm being real. I love it, but I have a bout with anxiety with it when I have to start that truck at 4 in the morning every day. I feel bad for my neighbors because in a cold start situation, it is very loud, and they probably hate me. So I do feel bad about that. And I know we laugh about that, but I really do have that anxiety when I start the truck every morning. So the TRD dual exhaust was not loud at all. You'd hear a little room, but then you're fine. This thing roars. And even, when a truck's cold and the RPMs are up a little bit, it's loud. It's loud. And my neighbors definitely hate me, I'm sure. They haven't said anything yet. I'll be sure to let you know if they do. Matt says, Johnny5, nice. They couldn't give me a desert air intake. As soon as I see a Tacoma Pro with one, I look the other way. Rock and roll. The desert air intake is dealer installed. The fender comes with a cutout. Yes, the dealer could order a new fender and swap it out. Are you sure on that? 100% in every region? Because I've heard differently on that. But you're the man. Eric says, agreed, Mark, on the desert air intake. No, not smaller. Just a tad. Just a few cuts here and there. Be back before you wrap up. Time to eat. Oh, you get to eat. I'm in here starving because of you, bud. Tim, they could use the hole in the fender for a cold air intake. Emmanuel, how you doing? I thought the TRD Pro desert air intake fender was stamped out of the factory and not installed at the dealership. So I've now heard both things because Tim just said that. I heard it was done, a port installed, they call it. A port installed part. 100% positive. Swears told me that was the way it would be. Okay, 10-4 on that then. Well, Swears knows his stuff. That's terrible. Terrible. I've heard both ways now. But anyway. Yeah, Tim, go enjoy your dinner there, bud. Stomach's over here growling, pal. I got Chinese food waiting for me. But, yeah, overall, I'm just not a fan of it. With a desert air intake like that, and correct me if I'm wrong, I want to hear both opinions on this, if anybody's into the desert air intake. It needs bigger wheels and tires. It needs more aggressive looking tires on it. It looks like a stock truck with a snorkel. You put a little bit bigger of a wheel and tire, the look starts to come around, but I don't know. I don't think I will ever like them, and that is just a personal preference. Mark says, is the suspension the same with all the Tundra trims? No. So you got, I think the SR5 and like the Platinum, the 1794 non-TRD, they're all roughly the same. When you get into TRD, you're getting Bilstein. I think they're 4600 series. Don't quote me on that. That's the TRD off-roads. The TRD Pros have the TRD Pro suspension, which is a Fox piggyback suspension with coilovers. The TRD Sport is a Bilstein that's more road-tuned. So there's a different suspension on each one. No, Swears don't know. Mr. Swears, yes. I don't know. I got to ask him that. I mean, I never thought that. I've literally heard that every different way you could possibly hear that from, which is crazy. But is what it is. I'm not buying one anyway. Reminder, sir. We would love to see a twin turbo 5.7 all-wheel drive. Well, wouldn't everyone? You know, I don't know why we haven't talked about this yet, but let me pull this up real quick, dudes. Just to throw these stats at you real quick. I don't know if you heard this yet. Did you hear about this Hummer coming? The all-electric Hummer? Did you hear it's up to 1,000 horsepower, up to 11,500 pound-feet of torque, 0 to 60 in 3 seconds. A Hummer, an electric Hummer. 11,500 pound-feet of torque is insane, dude. Insane. What's your thoughts on the new Hummer? I never liked the Hummer. I don't know. Just me. Mark says, okay, so y'all best be nice to Mr. Swears. Well, don't forget, I always say this, Swears, Mike has bosses. It's, you know, what he wants, he still has to go up with it. As I watch you, I'm eating pasta, meatballs, garbanzo beans, and salad with romaine lettuce. That sounds great. Sounds delicious. Arnold will buy the Hummer. Of course he will. Electric Hummer sounds dirty, Cameron says. Yes, it does. It's crazy to see the Hummer brand come back. As much as I was never a fan of the Hummer, I never thought it should have went away. But there was just no sales for it. And the price was astronomical. And the gas MPG was terrible. I thought when they came out with the H3, that was a good move, a little bit smaller, but no one seemed to like it. Yeah, Hummer went down after the H2, yeah. The H2 was like a status symbol because the fuel mileage was so bad. And once again, the H3, I guess they thought would be the save, and it didn't do very well. Do you remember when they came out with the H2 with the bed? It was supposed to be like the pickup. In my entire life, I've only seen one of them on the road. One time. In all this time that they were out. But it's always the funny joke if you ever watch South Park. There's always the Hummer salesman sitting there. And no one's buying any. It's kind of the way it was with them. I was never really into the design. I mean, the H1, the original Hummer that the military uses, they're pretty sick. I would never want to own one, but they're pretty sick. But if anyone can get us a twin Typhoon Spinny Boys with all-wheel drive, Mike is the one. Let's hope so. All right, guys, I have to make a living, so back to work. Cliff, be good. Enjoy that pedal commander. Be safe out there. I love the H1 as a kid. Don't care much for everything after. Yeah. But I like what they tried to do. I give them credit on that. They tried to take something that everyone loved with the H1 and make a more luxury, roadworthy H2. They tried. Didn't work out. We should be featured on the next-gen Tundra commercial. I would like that. I would like to be on a Toyota commercial. Maybe one day. I mean, I look good. I mean, I shave, but other than that, I'm not bad looking, right? Ugh, water. No fun. So I don't know if I told you this. This is totally off subject, but every month the wife and I are doing something different as far as challenges. So month number 1, January, was no beef, no pork, no anything. We were only allowed to eat chicken, turkey, and seafood, right? So we passed that 100%. This month, February, no fast food. Okay? So we'll see how we do that because I depend on fast food way more than I'd like to. Gene, what's going on, buddy? Good to see you. How you doing? Prefer the sandwich on wheels, the H2, so on. Looks like a Lincoln Continental. Okay. Yeah, I never liked it. Not for me. Some people have it. H2, best Hummer for killing zombies. Rock and roll. The H1 real name is the Humvee, right? Oh, HMMWV, excuse me. High mobility, multi-wheeled vehicle. Okay. The best memory of a Hummer is in that movie, The Rock. Sean Connery, Nicolas Cage. I didn't steal your Humvee. I'm just borrowing it, you know. But, you know, I don't know. It's cool what it does for the military. I've seen it climb a wall on YouTube. They did some video with the H1. But after that, like I said, high five. to GM for taking a stab and trying to make something a little more for what people would want on the road with it with the H2. But the dismal gas mileage, and then the H2 comes out when the economy doesn't necessarily flatline, but gas prices skyrocket, so that doesn't help. But this is something that's all electric. So let's make a bet right now. Here we are. What's the date? The 3rd of February? Okay. What do you think? Will sales of the Hummer EV be good or bad? What do you think? You think GM will be happy with the sales, or will it be a fad that wears off almost immediately? Everybody's going electric, dude. Everybody's going electric, and this is pretty insane. When you look at those numbers, that's pretty insane. Cameron thinks it'll do bad. All right. I want to see, I'm guessing it'll be at the Chicago Auto Show, which I look forward to. I want to see what the size will be. Is it going to be more like an H3 where it's trimmed out? Raptor, what's up, buddy? Bad. Okay. Yes, it was a grunge thing. Yeah, grunge. Bad because price point. Another huge, we didn't even talk about price point. The price point, Tim may know what the price point will be. He's too busy eating right now. But I'll tell you right now, you know that thing's going to be expensive. The HMMWV is a big wet turd. The motor sucks. The transfer case sucks. The fuel mileage sucks. They're not comfortable. Well, they were there for a reason. Not for comfort, for sure. Doug says, bad. Mike says, Hummer, what kind of MPG you get with that 12, 13? Other guy, 9. Name that movie. Oh, wait. That's 21 Jump Street. Am I wrong? I'm probably wrong. Bad. Sure, the pricing will be high. Robbie says, oh, yeah. The pricing's going to be insane. It's going to be a $90,000 truck, 100%. The sales will be better than the Jeep Wrangler pickup. The sales will be... Ooh, okay. All right, Sam, we're going to hold you to it. We're going to hold you to it. Sales will be better than the Jeep Wrangler pickup. I want to see if that actually happens. Be cool. Yeah, I don't know if I know. I don't think I know. Because I thought you were doing a line where when they pull into the parking lot in that movie and they're in that Trans Am, and the guy's like, what's that get? Like 10 miles to the gallon? He's like, probably 4. The only good thing about the Humvee is that you can blow wheels off and still drive it. True. I mean, it's a great military vehicle. They still use them to this day, so it can't be too bad, right? Yeah, so I grew up down the street. I wouldn't say down the street, a few blocks away, within a mile of a nuclear power plant. And after 9/11, they had Humvees just circling that puppy nonstop with the gunners on top and everything. Yeah, that was an interesting time period. Mind you, I grew up in New York, just north of the city. But, yeah, those Humvees look pretty sick, man. Those are the true military Humvees. But I would never want to own one. There's a lot of people who go to the auctions and they'll decommission the military ones and people will buy them. They just don't even look comfortable. Oh, Be Cool, John Travolta, The Rock's first movie. I don't even know of this. I got to check this out. But at this stage of my life, that is not very high on the list of creature comforts of a vehicle. No. It's kind of like I've always liked the Lotus, like the Exige and the Elise, but everyone always says they're, if they're purpose built, okay, they're built for nice windy roads, road course style, but they're terribly uncomfortable. MRAPs are sick, the Hoff says. The Hoff says, you don't like the Exige, Tim? I always liked it. Back in like 08, 09, I actually was fortunate enough to test drive one, and it was an experience. It was an experience. No creature comforts whatsoever. Seat, steering wheel, shift, clutch. That's it. Stick, shift, and clutch. That was pretty much it. It didn't even have air conditioning in it. It was very base. MRAPs are cool, but try driving one in Baghdad. Okay. The turning radius sucks, and it's way too tall. Oh, boy. Love the new Bill Murray Groundhog Day Jeep pickup truck commercial. So, okay. Here's the thing I don't like about today's Super Bowls. I don't like how they show the commercials before the Super Bowl. That's a Lotus, yep. I don't like how they show the commercials like you could go online and watch them all before the bowl. I want to be surprised. So the Bill Murray one popped up on me, and I saw it ahead of time, and I was very disappointed in myself because that would have been my favorite one of the night. I did like the Doritos one with that song that just won't go away. But that was a good one. There was a few good ones, not like it used to be. The Super Bowl is not like it used to be because all the new generation just don't like sports anymore. So it's just not. The Super Bowl used to be a holiday. I don't feel that way anymore about it. Hoff says, much respect to the guys who had to drive those in combat. I was flying overhead in an Apache. Yo, Apache, shout out. Sick helicopter. You ever see that movie with Nicolas Cage when he's an Apache pilot? I don't remember the name of it, but it was a very good movie. It's funny because Lotus, when they brought those over to the U.S., had to they had to meet the regulations we have over here with vehicles as far as like airbags and stuff, and that's what delayed it so long. Is they're just, I don't know. I would never buy one, but I'm glad I never considered it because the minute I drove it, the minute I didn't want to drive it anymore. Toyota engine, which is pretty cool, but just zero. Comfort, zero. Radio's optional, like it was just nuts, dude. It'd be fun for a week. I've driven a Humvee, MRAPs, ASVs, Strikers, Oshkoshes. Okay, I've driven everything. Thoughts on the Gladiator with the fact there are mega deals on them, up to $9K off according to a few sources. Sales are so-so, and now a new ad. Is the Gladiator a big flop, or will it catch? Okay, Tim, I love this. I'm going to read this out loud so everyone can chime in on this, even though I read it out loud, just not loud enough. Okay, boys, listen up. Tim says, thoughts on the Gladiator with the fact there are mega deals on them right now, up to $9K off according to a few sources. Sales are so-so, and now a new ad. Is the Gladiator a big flop, or will it catch? My problem with the Gladiator, everyone wanted a Jeep pickup again. Everyone wanted that Jeep pickup back. I had a feeling it was going to be a Wrangler with a bed, which it ended up being. I feel like the cost of them are insane. First off, everybody wants the Rubicon, right? I don't like the look of the other ones. The Rubicon is what everyone wants to get. You're in the $60,000 range for that thing. And it's, to me, and correct me if I'm wrong, it doesn't have the properties of a truck. You know what I mean? I think the engine's a little bit underpowered. I've never been a big Pentastar fan, and I owned one at one point. It just never felt like it had enough power. I just don't see it as a realistic mid-size competitor. I feel like at first people... Well, here's another thing, too. They kind of drowned out their demand almost immediately, right? Because they're talking about this Jeep pickup truck. They finally launch it. It comes on stage. Everyone's freaking out. And then I thought it would kind of be like the TRD Pros were in the beginning. There'd be one on a lot for one day and it would sell. My local one here had like 4 right off the bat. And it's always had a good amount of them. But I feel like it didn't do what it needed to do. It shouldn't have been a Wrangler with a bed. But I'm so pumped to hear what you guys have to say about that. Tim, good one, buddy. The ASV was the most comfortable with the best AC, rock and roll. Samson's Firebirds 2004. I like it. There we go. I want to see a Gladiator that was 6.4 Hemi, maybe even an SRT 8 Hellcat version. So you can do that. There are conversion kits and people that will do that for you. But if you're paying that kind of money... Oh. Hey, you fell over. You all right? Did you hit your head? No concussion, I hope. They sound better to drive than a submarine in the Persian Gulf. Rock and roll, TW. By the way, all you military people on here talking about this right now, why have you not sent me a patch for this wall? That, by the way, there's 2 other patches that came today. I'm going to have to get a new patch wall. I expect all of you to send stuff and be represented up on that. We'll do that for the rest of the night there. Hoff says, don't you think the Gladiator could look awesome all lifted up and off-road tricked out? I feel like the people who buy these things spend $63,000 and don't have any money left over to trick them out. Could look good, but I just feel like they're underpowered. Not like the Comanche. No. The Comanche was more a pickup truck. I think people wanted more of that, but I don't know. Johnny 5, check out Dennis Collins' YouTube channel. He does the conversions. There you go. Or a demon version of the Gladiator. Crazy. Flop, they aren't looking good unless you put a lot into them. The price is outrageous for the Gladiator. Agree. Bigger flop. Here we go. Tim says. Here we go. Titan XD Cummins or Jeep Gladiator? I'm going to go for that one, Titan XD Cummins. Titan XD Cummins. I feel bad for that whole situation. I was actually talking about this with a friend at work today. That XD truck never caught on, ever. Ever. Tim, do you have any sales numbers on those XDs? I would love to know what they went for. Man, they had a lot of trouble with them. Another issue where the price was insane. And it was kind of confused in what the truck should be. It's more than a half ton, but it's not like a full-on true diesel kind of numbers truck like an F-250. It was just kind of in the middle. I think Nissan thought it would fill the gap of people who want a diesel but not too much diesel. It was weird. And they never marketed the truck correctly. I don't know. And then it got confusing for people between the XD and the regular. It was just a mess. The whole launch was a mess. I feel bad for the Titan. And the fact that like the Platinum Reserve up until this year or last year didn't even have a moonroof and you were paying almost 70 grand for it. That's pretty crazy. And the screen was super small and now they upsized the screen a little bit for the infotainment. There's just a... We got to talk. Nissan, we got to talk. Me and you. Let's talk, buddy. Cameron, I will have to check him out. Travis says, hi, Travis. What you have in that water, keep the camera straight. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, dude. Now I'm just doing a little patch wall for you so all the military and police and fire and EMSs can send me more patches for this wall. TW says, do you have a USS Dallas patch? I don't. Would I like one? Absolutely. Contact me, TundraDude34gmail.com, and I'll give you the info. I bet they only sold 10K of them. At most 10K. Damn, Tim just drew the line for Jeep and Nissan. Are we talking Jeep truck? I lost interest as soon as I saw the window sticker of a wannabe truck. I'm not going to say the other word, but yes, the window sticker's insane. And unfortunately, and all the dealers, all the manufacturers are guilty of this, but this is that overvalue stuff they do when they mark up. Vehicle comes out that everybody potentially could want, and you see like a Rubicon. Oh, the Jeep Wranglers, forget the bet on them, forget the Gladiators. The Jeep Wranglers are just, they're so overpriced nowadays. It's getting ridiculous. I mean, a Rubicon, especially if it's one of those like special editions they always come out with, you're almost near 60K just for, you know, a four-door Rubicon at this point. We've lost our way when it comes to the prices of some of these vehicles, but markups, especially in FCA, when some of these vehicles come out, man, they pile on another 10 to 20 grand on top of them. It's insane. Remember when the Challenger came out? When the Challenger came out, and that was like, they had that nice retro look. I mean, it looked like an upgraded Challenger back in the day. Dude, there was a dealership by me where the car was like 42 grand, but they were asking 75,000 for it. Like, I hate the markups. Hate them. I'll never like them. And every once in a while, I'll get a dealer who will contact me in email and scold me for going after the dealer markups and tell me they're there for a reason. They're there to you know, and here's all, and then they have to justify said reason. I'm like, you're ripping people off with a markup. There's no justification. I'm sorry, I can't get behind that. Sorry. Glad to see the patch I sent up on the wall. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Everybody's up there who sent, except I have two from Tewksbury, who's a gentleman on here all the time that just came today. And he wrote a nice note with it. In fact, I was going to show you the note, but I don't have it down here. So next live stream. He sent me 2 patches for where he works with a write-up of what they mean and where the logo came from and stuff. It was really neat, really cool. I was hoping he'd be on here tonight. Even the used Wranglers are crazy expensive. They hold their value well, but rip off. Jeeps are crazy all around, yes. All right, Tim says, new 2020 Titan price increase is $5K for a crew cab configurations. Big seller. I still don't think big seller. I don't know why. Okay, so Toyota, we talked about this for a long time, but I feel like Toyota struggles in the half-ton class because, as you know, Tim, half-tons are the clientele, the consumers are loyal people. Truck market, loyal people. A lot in the South, America. Everyone looks at Toyota and says, Japanese brand, I'm not buying it. Even though the Tundra is built, engineered right here in the US of A. They don't care. It's a Toyota, and that's just what it is. But Toyota will still bang out, you know, 120,000 Tundras a year. The Titan, Nissan, it just does not catch on. Does not catch on, and I don't know why. I like the look of the Titan. I do. In certain configurations, Pro 4X, I dig. But just, I don't know why. I think Nissan just, they haven't ever been able to get out of that Datsun thing. It'll always be a Datsun. And it's just not selling. And they got to listen, if you're having a truck that's having this much trouble selling in a Nissan Titan, smarten up. Lower the pricing. Because $67,000 to $70,000 for a Platinum Reserve on a truck that's at the bottom of the half-ton list, it just doesn't make any sense to me. Doesn't make any sense to me. But that's just me, boys. Let me know what you think. Raven, what's going on, bud? I don't see $60K in a Gladiator. No. Nor do I, sir. Way overpriced for what it is. Yes, it's just a Wrangler with a bed. Jeep should have built a full-size real pickup instead. People say that about Honda with the Ridgeline as well. Should have made it a truck. Excuse me. Mark says, Nissan can make improvements, but they have to reevaluate what they're offering in the half-ton segment. Some improvements are minor that can change the difference in a truck. I agree. I feel like they took their time releasing the new Titan, but they probably should have took a little more time. I think they were really banking on that XD diesel. They were really thinking people were going to go after that hard. I remember when they launched, I was at like 2015-ish. And they were really thinking, hey, look at what we got. And it just didn't do anything. They're going to overprice themselves out of sales. And that's what happens. Saw a 2000, John says, hi. Hi, John. Saw a 2002 Jeep for $8,500. Too much. That is a little bit too much. Antonio said, got my 2017 SR5 TRD 4x4 off-road Crew Max for $49K in Black Friday of 2017. Good deal in your opinion from Southern California, if that helps any. Because you said Southern California, that helps a lot. For some reason, California prices are insane, dude. Insane. So that's right around where you're buying them in Cali for. Especially the TRD Pros that are over there, they mark them up like $15,000. It's nuts. Nuts. A couple people I know from, future reference there, Antonio, a couple people I know from California will buy their vehicle out of state just to save the coin. So something that is very, for all of you out there, if you live in an area where stuff is super overpriced for some reason, you could always buy your vehicle out of state now. The world is very small. You can get it shipped in. It's not even that expensive anymore. Super easy. The older Titan looks better. The 2010 version looks best, J5 says. There you go. The Titan has strong competition. It's called the Tundra. And you know what? The 5.6 V8, the Endurance engine, it's not terrible. It's not a terrible engine. It's just, it'll never get the look that it needs. It'll never get people to test drive like a Nissan. The problem is when you go to a Nissan dealership, and Nissan's kind of like Toyota, okay? They're big sellers. They're, you know, Altima, even the Frontier. The Frontier hasn't been upgraded in forever, but people, like, there are a lot of Frontier fleet trucks around me and stuff like that. They want to sell you the Maxima, you know, all the cars that are cars, sedans. MPG cars is what I always call them. The Titan kind of just sits in the back of the lot, at least in my deal. There's a massive Nissan dealership right up the road, and the Titan sits in the back of the lot. They have like a few of them, and it just sits there, man. It's stupid when they do a very nice muscle car like the Challenger and Mustang and Pontiac turns GTO into a Civic, right? Agree. LOL, but the Ridgeline is a minivan with the back chocked open. I agree. It's a Pilot. I lost my mind there for a minute. It's not a real truck. It's meant for guys that have to ask his wife for permission to have a truck. Rock and roll on that one. You can get a 2020 Tundra TRD Pro for $49K in Oregon. No sales tax. That's pretty good. But if I was to buy that, here's the thing. Here's Hoff. Check this out. If I was to buy that from Oregon, I have to pay sales tax for me. So no matter, if I buy out of state up in New Jersey. Now, I bought both of my Tundras. The last two were out of state. I bought them in New York, but I pay New Jersey sales tax. So I'll always pay 7%. Free Raven said, I think Toyota should try the HD diesel thing with the Tundra. I think it would do much better than the Titan did sales-wise. I think Mike Swears and the boys had their eyes on that Titan pretty hardcore when it came out to see what it would do. And now everyone is scared to try because of how bad that truck did. Mark says, Nissan cab space is small in the rear seating. Interior door handles are feminine. Same door handles as the Pathfinder. Okay. Well, that's the thing, too. A lot of the Nissan interiors, to me, look like they did when, like, the Xterra was out. It's got that same Nissan vibe and everything. It might be time to upgrade that. I want to see Nissan do well. You have no idea. I want the Titan to be awesome. But I think they went the wrong direction last time. We'll see what they do next time. True J5 on the ridge line. Hoff says true. Yep. According to the guys from TFL YouTube channel, the Frontier is getting a whole new redesign. Looks pretty good, I think. Yep. Frontier is finally getting a redesign for sure. But the one, I'll tell you right now, if you want to talk about a good bulletproof truck, there you go. It's been around forever. It's cheap. They're smart with the way they price them. I mean, don't get me wrong. When you start getting into Pro 4X land, you're going to pay some money for it, but you could probably talk that price down quite a bit. Yeah, if you're looking for a nice little mid-sized truck, man, those aren't bad. They're not terrible. I don't know. But that Titan, man, I wanted it to do well. I really did. As I am a huge Tundra fan and user, I obviously want to see the entire segment be competitive with each other, you know? But it's like I don't really care for the new product that Chevy offers. Ford's doing what they got to do. They put out, you know, a decent product. People like their product. Ram, I think, is eventually going to overtake Ford when it comes to #1 in the segment. Ram knows what they're doing as well. And it doesn't, I know we always talk about like reliability and stuff, but a lot of people, man, they'll look at a list and be like, okay, what half-ton pickup truck is sold the most? Okay, F-Series, F-150s, and the other rest of the series. We'll say F-150s here. And they'll go and buy an F-150 just because 800,000 were sold. Doesn't necessarily mean it's the best. That's why I tell people to test drive everything, including the Titan, just to see if you find a gem in the rough. The Titan has potential, just needs the right makeover. I agree. If you drive a Ridgeline, stop what you're doing and go get your huevos from your wife's purse. Rock and roll. Martin says, back on the subject of markup, my dealer had a Supra MSRP 58.7, add the markup of 25 grand, asking 83,969. I had one around me that was asking 20,000 over. And it's just, and people buy it. That's the problem. People buy markup stuff like that. Some person who has way too much money and doesn't care will buy that thing because they want to be the first to have it. Those launch edition ones were super marked up. Is what it is. I'm not paying that much. I'm about 4K into upgrading my SR5 into a Pro-like truck. Nice. Thinking maybe I should have just bought the Pro, but loving upgrades, or love upgrading it myself. Thoughts? I'll be honest with you, Hoff. I like the way you're doing it. It's what I do with the Platinum. Take your time. An upgrade here, an upgrade there will make you enjoy the truck more. The Pro's sweet and everything, but if you're the type of person that likes to do upgrades, you're better off now. And, my man, you probably saved a ton of money because the Pro is always marked up or it's always at MSRP. So you probably saved a bunch by getting your SR5. And even after putting all the Pro stuff on it, you'll still save thousands at the end of the day. So enjoy yourself. Have fun with it. One step at a time. You can save yourself a bunch of money by not buying a Supra and go visit BMW. J5 ain't even joking on that one because the Z4 and the Supra are of the same platform. They're pretty much the same vehicle with small differences here and there. And BMW is not upcharging the Z4. So it is a very smart move. If you want the badge that says Toyota, you're going to pay money for it. Just an FYI. Just a small FYI to you. But we got a couple minutes left in this. We got a minute and 40 seconds. Anybody got any last minute stuff? Go. Hit me up. Let me know what we got going on. Rest of the week for me, I got a bunch of good stuff lined up. Not going to tell you what it is, but Thursday should start a good line of videos. There'll be videos before that, of course, but just saying. AMAX said, decided to stay with my paid-off 16 Tundra TRD off-road, modify it, enjoy it, then go after the next gen. Smart move. I need to start putting miles on it since it only has 30K on it. Thoughts? I think it's a great idea. Might as well. It's brand new. You might as well run with it. Nothing wrong with the 16, baby. And it's paid off. I would love to know what that's like one day. It's the Supra badge they're charging 20K for. Yeah, and I always said this, and this will be my in-closing quick thing. I like the Supra. I just wish it wasn't called the Supra. If you want to come back out with a nameplate like the Supra, which is one of Toyota's major nameplates, you got to do that on your own with no help from another brand. If you want to do the cross-brand thing with BMW, make a vehicle with a different name. And I know they used that name badge because that name badge is such a big deal, but it's blasphemy to use that with a shared platform from another manufacturer. If you agree with that, hit the thumbs up. Can I get an amen, you know? Jim said, good night. Nice stream tonight. Thanks. Yeah, it was fun. We had a good time. I'm going to definitely go eat dinner momentarily because I haven't done that yet because I had to get on here for you guys. And make sure you didn't think I was dissing you tonight. I've done a lot of modifications in my SR5. Can outdo the Pro. Better to replace cheap parts than expensive parts. Rock and roll, buddy. What was the car you had? I used to have the FRS. Chris, have a good... I didn't even know you were here, Chris. What's up, buddy? Hope you're doing well, man. Happy Super Bowl Monday. Does the sport mode on the Tundra allow the truck to drive faster? The S, if you're talking about the shifting, that's for when you're towing. It keeps it in the lower gears, and it's for towing, but you can use it as a sport mode. Just be careful out there, you know? Not necessarily faster. It'll let you go a little bit past where the computer would shift. Got to have a Dento Crown installed this week at an all-night dentist. Yeah, rock and roll, buddy. Yes, they couldn't make a cooler FRS. I like the FRS, or the 8.6 is what it is now. I think it's good. $31,000. Nice package inside. Got to get the manual. I just tested one, so if you're into the 8.6, go check my playlist out. All right, Mark says, okay. AMAC is waving goodbye. Mark Thomas, not faster, but quicker. Rock and roll. There you go. Good one there. Sam, I feel for you, man. Yep. Sam, be good. Feel better, buddy. Easy on the Novocaine, dudes. All right, guys, I'm out of here. Have a good one. Take care. Thanks for being here with different shift points, correct? Good talk tonight about the Hummer. Good talk tonight about the Gladiator. Thank you, Tim, for that. And the Titan. I hope all vehicles do well in the future. Ronaldo says, no news on the Tundra. Sorry I'm late. I put a video up yesterday. Go check it out for the next gen. But nothing after that. If you are looking to see news on the next gen and you're new to the channel, I have a playlist, Next Generation Tundra. That's where you want to go to check it all out. Cameron says, good night, Mark. Remember, no fast food. Keep reminding me, buddy. I ain't going to do it. Jordan says, hey, what's up, buddy? See you 6-7. Be good. Let's go see Tim, says J5. He's over there doing his thing. Go get him. Hockey. It is time for hockey. Hockey, bro. Hockey. Let's go get it. All right, boys. Be good. Be safe. I'll talk to you soon. Thanks for being here, of course. Love ya.